Well, good morning and welcome, theme park fans. Welcome to another edition of BTT Daily that we haven't been doing daily yet. If you give me just 1 second, we're going to share this. Or at least I think we will. No, we won't. So, on this edition of BTT Daily, we're going to stop and share. So, Six Flags has just made their major, huge announcements for 2016. And while Six Flags does indeed have something for every single park, you kind of have to scratch your head and wonder at some of the selections. The biggest, huge announcements that come out of it is, of course, the total mayhem, chaos, mayhem, total mayhem at Six Flags Great Adventure. It's another one of these great little flippy rides, coasters that goes straight up. It has you sitting in chairs, kind of like a wing rider coaster, but it's a fourth dimension coaster. So you're flipping, turning, spinning, all while you're going through this amazing, weird little coaster track. Great addition for a smaller park, but I must echo what a lot of people are saying. That ride is just too small for a park that gets the business that Six Flags Great Adventure does. I mean, you're talking about a park that has King Ka, El Toro, all these great, huge coasters, and you're going to put something that can barely do, over 1,000 people an hour. It's just not very smart. However, it's going to be a great coaster no matter how you slice it. Other big news is that Six Flags Discovery Kingdom is going to be getting the Joker. The Joker is actually replacing what you call it, that other thing, Roar. That's what it is. It's replacing Roar and getting a Rocky Mountain Coaster makeover. Actually, really cool concepts, a lot of neat little tricks. Rocky Mountain Coasters is probably best known for all these weird little tricks they can do with the quote-unquote wood coasters. Of course, they're not really wood coasters at all anymore. They all are these monstrosity steel beasts. But still, it's an amazing ride and an amazing coaster. They're still the same company. They are the same company. Not still. I guess they're still going to be the same company. But they are the same company that's bringing you the first wooden launched coaster from Dollywood in 2016 as well. So it's going to be a huge year for Rocky Mountain Coasters. Ooh, is that my chair? That's my chair. Moving on, Six Flags, many of the parks, like 4 of the parks, are getting these looping coasters. Come on, let's not fool anybody. They're not coasters. They're super loops. You can go to your local carnival and fair and see the same thing. They're not coasters. Don't try to make it like you're adding new coasters. You're not. You're adding something new, which is great, but it's not a coaster. Super loops, you could do better. Come on. What's with the super loops? Six Flags Fiesta Texas is getting one of these, as well as a couple of new attractions, smaller flat rides, which makes more sense. Six Flags Over Texas is getting a whole new villain kind of section with 3 rides, not including a super loop, but some smaller flat rides. Really cool concept. Six Flags Over Georgia is getting two massive makeovers for their kids sections. They're also getting a DC Universe or DC Super Friends Town, Friendville. But that's going to include a couple of small little flat rides, a nice little drop tower, all aimed at kids, and it's going to be the first DC based kids land in a theme park. Six Flags Over Georgia desperately needs it, so not a bad thing. Actually kind of nice. Moving on, where do we go from there? Justice League. Speaking of Super Friends, Justice League is going to be coming to, I can't remember because there's too many damn Six Flags parks. Six Flags Mexico, as well as, and I'm still looking, one of those other Great America. That's right. I remember making crude jokes in my head while I was writing the article. Six Flags Great America and Six Flags Mexico, both getting Justice League. Now, that would have been something better for Great Adventure. Six Flags over Texas got it last year, as well as St. Louis, and they are just really amazing rides. Moving on to Six Flags Magic Mountain. Revolution is closing! Kind of. Not really closing. They're just going to do a big, huge refurb on the track, on the trains, getting new effects, and they're getting rid of the shoulder harnesses, which should make this classic coaster even better. Revolution was the first to have a huge 360-degree loop, and it's a very historical coaster. Many of the coaster nerds out there started giving me dirty emails and they're not closing it. They're not closing the coaster. Well, okay. They're going to upgrade it. Speaking of coaster nerds and their angry responses, I got a lot of angry responses when I said this, that Bizarro is closing, which, technically it is. It is kind of closing. It's actually going back to Batman. Or no, not Batman. Jesus Christ. The coaster nerds are going to eat me alive. It's going back to Superman. They're going to change it back from Superman, and I'm not exactly sure. I think it was Bizarro because it ran backwards, and now it's going to run forwards, and it's going to be Superman, the ride. Just like Batman, the ride, at every single Six Flags parks near you. So, yeah, you can see the confusion. Used to be Superman Ride of Steel. Don't know why it's not going back to Ride of Steel, but maybe that has something to do with other coasters named Ride of Steel. No idea. Don't really care. One interesting thing, Six Flags normally rolls out a whole bunch of big water slides, water park attractions, and everything else. They're not doing that this year. There's only 2 of the parks in the multi-billion park chain that they have. 2 of the parks that are getting new water slide attractions. You're getting one at Six Flags Whitewater in Atlanta, as well as another Six Flags park. Oh, Six Flags America. They're getting a new kids splash area. Yay. Six Flags Whitewater is getting Wahoo Racers, which is going to be your traditional mat ride. Those are always a lot of fun, and if you're a big guy like me, you get lots of airtime and you win every time. Nobody can beat you. Trust me. Fat's not always bad. But what are you excited about? What are you excited about for Six Flags in 2016? Are you pleased with all the announcements, or are you kind of cynical like me and think that they could have done better? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe. Little button over here somewhere. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow along with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Behind Thrills. Also, make sure that you check out BehindTheThrills.com every single day, as we're constantly adding new stuff. In fact, I'm adding something new. Oh, crap. My computer locked. Sorry. But, yeah, check back with us from time to time. And this coming week, within the next week, we're going to be edging up on haunt season, and we're going to have some really cool stuff coming up. I mean, really cool. We're going to bring it to you live on YouTube as much as we can. So make sure you follow along, and thanks for tuning in. Till next time, have fun.